Hello everybody, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to try something different instead of a budget build. Today we're going to see if we can make a really decent RGB build that's not super expensive, so it's kind of like a budget one, but it's like a lot of RGB, so it's going to be pretty expensive, a little bit over the top. But let's start off with the CPU, and to kind of keep it within budget, we're going to go with the AMD Ryzen 7. It comes with the CPU cooler, which is RGB, as you can see here. The 2700X, which is overclockable. It has 8 cores. A motherboard. I don't have my keyboard plugged in because it's kind of hard to explain, but we can find one. I'm scrolling. Okay, we can get the ASRock B450M Steel Legend, which is micro ATX, 4 RAM slots, but it has RGB. A little bit of RGB flare. Choose memory. We will go with the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro 16GB, which is actually a decent price for RGB and also memory. Choose storage. So you can't really get RGB storage, and it also doesn't really matter. So we'll just go with the Western Digital Blue for games, and then we'll go with the Kingston A400, which is this one's the 240GB version, which we can use to store Windows on. Video card. Let's try looking. Well, I think all video cards are really RGB. We want to get kind of like a mid-range gaming one, so ooh, this one looks really nice. This is Radeon RX 590. This is Sapphire Nitro plus SE. 8GB of DDR4 RAM. This one seems really cool. It's not really, I don't know if it's RGB, but not really any card is fully RGB. They have like kind of like RBG logos on them. But this one's really nice. It has like a blue texture, so we could add it. It probably has RGB on the wording. So case. So you guys know I love the NZXT H500, but that doesn't come with RGB, so we're going to get the H500i, which comes with RGB strips and stuff, and it also comes with a smart hub that can help with your cooling, and it helps like control the fans for your specified needs. So you can't really get an RGB power supply, but we can look. It doesn't look like they're showing anything right now that's RGB. Nothing I can see. Let's go for this is 8 plus bond 650 watt semi ATX. You can go with this one. We don't need optical drive for operating system. Joey Delgado, like I said in a previous video, he shows how to get Windows 10 for free on a USB flash drive. So I will link that video in the description again. We don't need software. We don't need a monitor. Well, actually, I can add a monitor that one that has RGB on the back. Does this one have RGB? Let's look. Well, actually, that's really expensive. Whoops, I can't go back. Uh-oh, so wait. Okay, yeah, it's kind of weird because I'm in full screen and stuff. So, it's going to be kind of hard to operate. I think LG might have one. Look for LG. No, not. This one looks really nice. Let's go. Well, no, that one doesn't have any ratings. Let's go with this one. 60. That's 5 milliseconds. I found like cheaper ones that have 1 millisecond. Okay, let's go with this one. I'm not sure if it's RGB, but there's a monitor here. So 240 hertz. not sure if that's really good because I don't really know much about monitors, but it has 1 millisecond response time. 240 hertz, I'm gonna guess, is decent. So yeah, that we can also add some RGB headphones and peripherals. So let's see. SteelSeries Arctic 5s. They do have RGB on it. Get the Logitech. Okay, we can get this Logitech one. Which I solution this with the Asus ROG Delta. Okay, let's get keyboards. Okay, let's go to the Corsair K55 RGB, which looks like a pretty decent budget RGB keyboard. Disclaimer, guys, I've not bought this PC. I'm just designing it and using my not really basic, kind of intermediate knowledge on computer parts to show you guys what parts you can use. You can look up specific components, so you don't really need to look up every single part and like find somebody who's bought it. You can look up like an Ryzen 7 200-700X with 16 gigabytes of memory and a Radeon RX 590. So that's really all you need to do to find the exact ones, the exact what's it called, outcomes in games. But what I'm going to put in the description, what I'm saying is just an estimate. But over here, the RX 590, I know with the Ryzen 3, with the AMD Ryzen 3, can run games. CS:GO can go to about 200. Fortnite goes to about 80, 90. Other games are pretty high. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is probably like 70s, maybe low 60s. But yeah, I am saving up to get a build with this card, and I watched Joey Delgado actually, who has used that in a build. So let's get a mouse. Let's just go to the Logitech G203 Prodigy. So I believe that can conclude our build. I don't really know if people really use speakers anymore, I guess for casual gaming. But yeah, this actually came out for a decent price, 1,477.65, and it also comes with the monitor and peripherals, and it has a pretty decent graphics card, a pretty nice case, bronze certified semi-modular power supply. Then we have a Ryzen 7, which is I think is a pretty decent build, a pretty nice RGB build. Not fully RGB, but I think we kind of got to a decent point. If I had my keyboard, I could probably find better parts, but this is what we got. So I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. If you did, so please do smash the like button, share the channel, share the video with your friends. Don't forget, you can also comment below. You can challenge me and like show me your builds as well. So, and I'd love to see them because I really love computers. So I will see you guys later. Goodbye.